Hey everybody, I'm here with Central Ohio Creators. Please make sure you follow them on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and if you're a Central Ohio creator or small business owner, please reach out to them. They want to support you. Have a great day.
What's going on, y'all? Y'all already know the vibes. Central Ohio Creators back in the building. Got the Jet taking 3 vibes here as always. Ohio Keys is in the building. Y'all see what's going on. And today we have a special guest in the studio with us today, Miss Ashley Alexander. Ashley is the principal of Kipp. Is it Kipp Elementary?
The middle school.
The middle school? Okay, so middle school grades. She is the principal of Kipp Middle School. She's also the owner of Pretty Busy Moms, LLC. They have a focus on mental health awareness for moms. Needless to say, that's super important. I think we all understand that. And she's here to share more about her business with us today. So happy to have you here in the studio with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Definitely. Let's go, Keith.
So the first question I have for you, what motivated you to start Pretty Business Moms LLC, and how did your personal experience shape this initiative?
Yes, so I'm a mom of twins, and I realized talking to my friends, talking to my family, that maternal mental health is really important, especially within our community. Finding resources that shines Black maternal mental health is really important to raise awareness for mothers. One thing I've learned is that women who have children, on average, it takes about 5 years for them to get back to their old selves. And I feel like my kids will be 10 on Wednesday, and I'm still not back to my old self. So I don't know when that's going to happen. But it's just important about finding a community that supports where women are.
Okay. All right. Now, what do you think has to happen for you to get back to your old self? So, like, what does getting back to your old self feel like?
That is a really good question. I think through motherhood and parenthood, we're always evolving. So I don't think I'll ever go back to the undergraduate side of me. That might just be a memory way back in my archives. But finding a new dimension of who I am now as a mother, as an educator, as a business owner, and how to step into that authentically.
Okay. That makes sense. Can you share some of the key topics or themes that you address during your social events?
Yes, a big one is, of course, mental health awareness, making sure that women know they're not alone. Too often when we're discussing mental health, often we are thinking, yes, it's me, but it could be nobody else. And so coming alongside other women and sharing, like, hey, this is my story, and allowing women to have a space of sharing their story. We also have workshops and self-care clinics about just maintaining our beauty within ourselves. So the name Pretty Busy Moms, it has it's a little silly because we should be feeling beautiful, but we're also extremely busy all the time.
Makes sense.
Yeah, definitely makes sense. And are you originally from Columbus?
Yes, I'm from Columbus.
Okay. What side of town?
I rep the east side, but I went to Olentangy for high school.
All right. East side with it. All right, cool. Kipp, what side of town is that again?
I would say like northeast.
Yes.
Northeast?
I
Okay.
grew up in Cassidy.
Okay, nice.
Okay.
How do you create a safe and supportive environment for mothers to discuss mental health challenges and experiences?
Yes. When I'm creating that space, I tend to be very aware where we are in life, making sure that I'm gentle with having these conversations. Some conversations are traumatic, and so making sure I'm aware of the range of experiences people have. Then also giving space for fathers as well. It's a change for men, and men can also go through postpartum. So when I am creating that space, it's all about being gentle and allowing students, that's the educators, allowing parents to share if they want to what's on their heart and what support do they need. Columbus is huge, but what we don't know is what resources are out there. And so, Pretty Busy Moms were able to link with a lot of different organizations to help moms.
That's good to know because I have a son on the way.
Oh,
He'll be here in 2 weeks.
congratulations. Oh my
Thank
gosh,
you.
congratulations.
Thank you. So that's good to know.
Yes.
Now, what do you feel like are some of the best resources or something that people who are struggling with this, what's some of the first things that they should look for? What's some of the first resources they should go for?
Some of the first resources I would say Celebrate One in Columbus is a really great brand.
Okay.
They often have community outreach programs where people can get resources.
Okay.
Also, local churches is another one to partner with. And then also, lastly, of course, Pretty Busy Moms. We are in the city, in the community, making sure we're partnering with nonprofits.
All right. Is there an event space that you've had like your best experience with as far as doing your events?
Yes. I would say my very first event, it sold out within a couple of weeks. And that's when I knew I think I have something special. I think these people want to know what's going on. And that was in like the Pickerington location at the Retreat of Turnberry.
That's a good spot.
And it's good vibes. I mean, good music. We eat. We also come alongside. I have vendors come so moms can do a little bit of shopping. It's really nice.
Turnberry Retreat, and I've been past there a million times. Yeah, never gets old.
Okay, so my next question is for you what are some of the common misconceptions about maternity, mental health that you hope to address at your next events?
I think one big misconception would be women thinking that we're just okay. Like, okay, we had a baby. It's supposed to be hard, but it'll pass. And it's okay to really be in the awareness of, I'm not okay. I need some help. Where do I start? Too often, especially within our community, we have to keep moving. There's things going on. And so that kind of sidetracks where we really are mentally. And then just understanding that when we're able to be honest with ourselves, that's when the help really begins.
That applies to a lot of things too. You know, the truth sets you free, no matter what it pertains to.
Yes, it does.
What are some of the self-care like practices you do, like walks or reading books?
Yes. I would say for women to search, what do they like? What about them makes them happy and fulfilling? With me, it's walking, nature, being out. But it could be as easy as taking a walk to treating yourself to a spa day.
Okay.
If you have that type of money, I do not. So you will see me outside walking, and just know that's me and my time.
There it is. All right. What kind of books you like to read?
Of course, education books. I'm really big into researching. I want to know how to support our community, but also I'm really big on Sarah Jakes Roberts.
Okay.
And so reading some of her books and just making sure that I'm surrounding my mind with just good energy.
Most definitely. Now, how do you incorporate self-care practices into the events, and why do you think they are important for mothers?
One big thing that I do is I have vendors come out, and before I didn't know how impactful it would be. It gives moms a chance just to do a little bit of shopping for themselves, so that hits one realm. But then also we talk about fitness, health, and exercising, what that could look like for different women. We also discuss as far as like grooming and having stylists come out and just making sure that we're hitting a lot of different domains within our events.
Now, if someone, and this is just for example, but say, you know, we have a woman who may be having like, you know, she may be in a homeless situation, things like that. What's something that you would recommend to her for her to be able to get help?
Yes. One good organization is Choices.
Okay.
They're located on the north side,
Mm-hmm.
and they've been around for many, many years.
Okay.
And Choices makes sure that they partner with the mom and also children to provide safe housing, also resources to help mom get back on her feet.
Okay. Yeah, I heard that Choices. Hey, if you're going through a tough time, Choices will definitely have some resources that you can take advantage of. Can you share a memorable story or feedback from a participant that attended one of your events?
Yes, often I get when I'm out and about, people would recognize me. So I understand that the way I present myself is very important.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm often asked, when's my next Pretty Busy Mom party? And that gives me so much motivation. And last year, I did not have an event because I'm trying to just build and really expand. But seeing women come up like, hey, I know you, and this is at festivals, like Jazz and Red Fest, and I'm thinking, I could just kick it out here. And I would tell my mom, like, I have to keep going. This is bigger than just me and my idea.
That's always a really good feeling too when you realize you're doing something that's bigger than just you.
Yes.
When you realize all these people that are impacted by what I'm creating.
Yes.
It's a very good feeling. But you realize the responsibility though that comes with it. It's a big torch to carry.
Because like for me, I believe that God gave us all the ability to like serve others.
Most definitely.
I agree.
How do you engage with the local community to raise awareness about maternal mental health issues? Like, have you connected with any other different organizations?
Yes, I can name drop all day, y'all. I can name drop all day. Another organization is Central Community House.
Okay.
They are small. Do you know it? You know Central?
I'm not familiar.
Oh, well, let me tell you. Central is located on East Main Street.
Okay.
And they serve people within maybe 5 or 6 zip codes. And I was able to get one of my parties inside Central Community House, and we support the Strong Families program. And that's just women, and it's mostly single moms who just needs help and support. And so hosting a party and seeing the mothers just so happy, and I'm able to shower and pamper them, and I decorated it, coming alongside Central with pushing the message of maternal mental health was so gratifying.
What resources or support systems do struggling? What resources, or well, I guess we kind of answered this, but what resources or support systems do you recommend for mothers who may be struggling with their mental health? We may have kind of already answered it, but is there anything in particular that you recommend? Like just somebody on the street, hey, what would be your first answer?
I would say the first one is reaching out to someone you trust. So, yes, that's true. Another LA Mental Health, there's locations all around. And LA Mental Health, they are so supportive. They will come into any space to push the message of mental health. They have health for women, for men, for families, any type of resources that you may need regarding mental health. And so Elemental Health is extremely helpful for those. They have it's just started now. I'm over here. They just got a dog at the Westerville location, and so having a therapy pet in family situations and being able to talk to an advocate is really helpful.
Okay, all right. Elemental, y'all heard it.
Like I know, like during the pandemic, like before the pandemic, like mental health would get swept under the rug. But like after the pandemic, I think the world like started to view it more like it's something serious, which is good. Like even though the pandemic was like horrible, it's more like a blessing because it like woke a lot of people up.
Most definitely. You had all that time to sit down. Think, you know what I mean? Shoot, the world like kind of came to a still for a little bit. How do you engage with the local community? So you did ask that one. What challenges have you faced in running your business, and how have you navigated those obstacles?
That is such a good question. Okay, so challenges I face is that I'm a single mom, and then I have a full-time job. We know motherhood, parenthood, that's a full-time job.
So you working a couple of jobs, it sounds like.
and I'm also in school.
Okay.
And so, what I have to do and realize, this is what I want. This is what I believe the Lord has told me to do. And so, although I might be tired at night, my kids might be on 10, there's something greater than what I think is going on here. So I have to just keep pushing forward, finding the time whenever I can find it, making sure I reach out and tell you, hey, this is what I got going on. These blessings really do open from taking that leap.
Most definitely. That's some good advice right there, too, for anybody that, hey, it's getting challenging, it's getting tough, whatever it is you're dealing with and going through and working on, keep going. You know, if this is what you feel like God has called you to do, that means you got to keep doing it, even if you may not feel like it that day. So, that's good advice right there. Yeah.
What are your future goals for Pretty Busy Moms LLC, and how do you plan to expand and reach and make an impact?
Oh, my goals. What I want to do is do like a city takeover. And so have real big parties in Columbus, and then you see me, Pretty Busy Moms 419. I'm in Toledo, or 380. I think that's Dayton. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that.
Okay.
I'm just calling out numbers.
No, I got you. Yeah.
216 is Cleveland.
You know it.
That we do know.
For sure.
But making sure, I want to host really big parties in cities. That way I'm bringing that awareness, and it's in a fun environment. It's not so much of a sit-down seminar type. We get serious, but then also, hey, you might meet a friend here. You might meet a babysitter. You might have a play date with somebody. The vendors that come along, you just made a couple extra $100. It's really helpful.
Beneficial to everyone that's involved is what I'm hearing pretty much.
That's right.
You know, you come there, gain some information, resources. Like you said, the kids can play. If you're a vendor, you might go home with some extra bread. You know, definitely sounds like some beneficial events you're putting together. Is there an event space that you would like to host an event at that you haven't worked with yet?
Oh, boy.
We got a lot of good ones in the city.
You know, I don't know any. I'm
Really?
always at the rec.
Okay, okay.
Is it the rec or the, yeah, it's the rec, right? I'm always at the rec center. Columbus Park.
Okay.
That's where I usually go. But I keep hearing there's a lot of places.
There
places
is.
out here, like the Key.
That was the first one that came to mind.
Yeah.
The Key would be really good for what you're doing too. Yeah, they already have hosted like women-based events in the past, so yeah, they would be a good one.
Okay.
Yeah, look into them.
Have you did anything with the Columbus Urban League?
No, that would be another one.
Yeah, that's another major one for sure. Definitely.
Wow. Thank you.
Oh yeah, for sure. Always some more connections to be made, you know, always. Now this one's a little off brand. It's something we always like to ask our guests. What's something that resonates with all people of Columbus besides the Buckeyes?
Ooh. You know what? I feel like Columbus, we're low-key foodies.
Yes.
Like, and there's...
I mean, it's a taster city. You know, it's a food testing city, yeah.
We can eat. I can go to anybody's cookout. I won't even be family, but I can show up and I can make a plate. We can eat.
Yeah. Okay. Foodie. No, definitely. I mean, that's the city for sure. This is definitely a food city. No way around that one. You got a favorite food or like favorite food spot?
Oh goodness, y'all. My kids are 10, so it's all like hamburgers and chicken nuggets. But like, I don't even know what's out there anymore. If I hear the word McDonald's and Chick-fil-A one more time, I'm gonna go crazy.
See, we didn't even have Chick-fil-A. We was coming up. You know, we used to bug our folks about McDonald's all day.
Right.
That is funny. Is there, okay, so, I mean, you know, we're going to stay on the foodie thing for a minute. So is there any type of connections that you can see yourself making, like, as far as connecting your brand with a food brand, like, or maybe a restaurant?
Yeah,
is that a thing? Is that something we can see in the future?
That's true. So another name drop, Olive Garden has sponsored one of Pretty Busy Mom's events.
There it is. Okay. All right.
And I mean, they gave us so much food. It was so much for the mothers. We had take home plates, salad bowls for days. So that was really nice that they were able to support. But you're right, Black-owned restaurants, that would be amazing.
Yeah. I mean, you already got the green light from Olive Garden, so you definitely could get in with a black-owned restaurant for sure. Yeah,
we can recommend some too.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah, we got a little list. We got a list for you. How do you curate the events and activities that take place at the event? So, like, obviously, it's you got to coordinate things, coordinate with the venue, the guests that's coming. How do you go about putting all that together?
Well, I would say I am the event planner. Right now, I'm just everything.
Mm-hmm.
But I run everything by my mom. I tell her, hey, Mom, this is what's going on. This is what I want to do. This is what it is. And she will, no, you don't need to do this. This is too long.
Mm-hmm.
Add this. And having my mom be able to be alongside of me as I'm progressing with Pretty Busy Moms, it's helpful.
Yeah.
There'll be times where I'll be like, she don't really know, so let me do this anyways. Mm-hmm. And it'll totally bomb. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, you're right. Mm-hmm. And so that's about as far as I would go, as far as like releasing ideas before an event.
That's important, like having your family there to support. That's
definitely. It's empowering too, especially coming from your mom. That's empowering for sure. Yeah, it's a good feeling. Now we have focused mainly on Pretty Busy Moms LLC, but I do have to ask, what's it like balancing Pretty Busy Moms LLC with being a principal at a school as well? What's that life like? And then your mom as well. So what is the balance? How do you go about trying to balance that all?
I would say your career comes first. Mm-hmm. Well, until you can get to a point where your business, you can really push that first. Mm-hmm. And so I went to school for education. Mm-hmm. That's literally what I breathe every day. Okay. And then making sure that children within my community have the best education is really important. And so I try to just divide it up equally, make sure that duties of an administrator comes first, and then I go full head into my business.
Okay. So was it fresh out of college, straight to a school?
Yep. And listen, I have worked my way from the bottom to the top when it comes to education. I have scrubbed floors in education. I've been alongside, I have done everything you can think of. And making sure, but that has created a humility in me. And I treat every person with the same respect. I don't think, not for 1 minute or 1 day, that I'm better than. I don't treat anybody like that. And I always ask God to check me. Because right now I'm getting my doctoral degree. Okay. And I can't wait till that's done.
That's right. Congrats in advance. Your doctorate is super major. Yes.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. And my end goal is to be a superintendent. Okay. I really want to be a superintendent. That way I can go back and look at the communities that need to support the immigrant communities, the communities where children are born in poor, lower socioeconomic backgrounds, and pouring what I know and knowledge into those communities is important.
So, talking like a real leader right there. Sounding like a leader, y'all. That's what we're hearing right now. Most definitely.
What college did you go to?
For undergrad, Toledo.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Grad school, Ohio Dominican.
All right. ODU.
And then now I am at Franklin for my doctoral degree.
Yes. Franklin U.
That's where I plan to go for my master's in education.
Please do. They are so accommodating. They're so wonderful.
And they're straightforward too. They won't give you all the BS classes that don't have nothing to do with your degree.
Ooh, that's true.
That's what I like about Franklin. I had to get straight to it.
You want to know something funny? When I told my students where I went to for Franklin, now this is how you know we're Columbus kids. You know their little jingle. Franklin
makes it possible. Yeah.
They all said that at the same time.
I haven't heard that the longest, but I still remember it though. On instinct, just remember it. What type of legacy would you like to leave when it's all said and done?
Oh boy. When it's all said and done, I want to know, I would like to leave that I was a woman of God first. I put God in front of everything. My heart's desire is to help people, to raise up a community that needs the most resources. I want my children to be set and know about mental health, financial health, just all types of health. When it's all said and done, I want the education community to know that I was a crusader for those who didn't know, the parents who didn't know. So that's what I'm thinking about.
So, do you have a message for the Columbus youth?
Oh, the Columbus youth. Let's see. I would say the top 3 things that I have. 1, follow the Eastern Code, please. Making sure that you are going home when you're supposed to go home when you're on the Eastern campus. Stay in school. And then also I think it's important that for the higher education students in high school, think about what you're interested in. Because not everybody has to go to college to be successful. I don't believe that. But I do believe you need to tap into your gifts early and learn how to work your gifts.
Most definitely.
There's programs out for teenagers to get their own businesses at like 16. I know the Columbus Urban League, they host a lot of events for kids. Know your gifts early and tap into it.
Yeah. Awesome answer.
Recently, we interviewed a guy whose uncle was the first ever Black NFL player.
Wow.
He's from right here in Ohio.
Wow.
Have you ever heard of Charles Follis?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It was crazy. I mean, I've met countless people who love football. Nobody knows about this story, though.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
We're trying to help him get that story out, too.
Yeah.
What type of student were you in school? I'm curious.
Ooh. Let me think. Let me go back.
You came a long way. So
I did.
What was it like back in the day?
I sure did. Now listen, we used to do the Soldier Boy back in the day. But let's see. I did not take school seriously. No, I did not. And when I started working when I was a teenager, young, 14, 15, I would save up money. I bought my first car. I was a little bit rebellious. Had a little boyfriend. So I was like, my mom can't tell me nothing. I was in basketball, so I thought I was it. And my guidance counselor told me, like, are you going to college? I'm like, yeah, I guess I'll go. And she was like, well, you can't really get into a lot because your GPA is low. And I was probably a junior, about to become a senior. And that's when I was like, oh, well, what do I need to do? And she was telling me, it's a little late now. You just need to look at the high schools that will just accept you with your GPA. But my mom, she stayed the course, and she made sure I got into a school. I went to the University of Toledo for undergrad, and at our BSU for Black Student Union. I will never remember. His name was Brandon. He said in front of the students, look to your left, look to your right. So I did it. I'm thinking, okay, this is going to be cool. But he's like, one of you won't be here next semester. And universities are good for giving money out to poor families with the intent that you're going to go home. And I knew right then, he ain't talking to me. He might be talking to you or you, but I'm staying because my mom made sure I got here. And my outlook on academics shifted that day. It was August 2009.
Nice. Which school did you enjoy being at the most? You said 3. So which one did you enjoy the most?
Well,
and granted, it was like different,
I know,
different
right?
periods.
I mean,
so
different stages in life.
Yeah.
I would definitely say Toledo.
Toledo, okay.
I would recommend that college experience to any young person. It's so much fun because you can't get those years back. It's so much fun. When I went to grad school for, I was a mom. My kids were in kindergarten. They wouldn't even give me the party flyers. I had the little mock babies with me. They were just like, nope, not you, lady. So I realized, like, okay, those days are gone.
That's funny. Have you ever considered like collaborating or doing something with a college program?
Yes. I have reached out to Ohio State regarding speaking to their TRIO students.
Okay.
I was in TRIO for undergrad, and that helped me stay grounded. Having an advisor come alongside. I still talk to my advisor from undergrad, and he still writes recommendation letters for me.
There you go.
It's really important, and I want to let colleges know that um, I'm one of those students who could be an example. I took it seriously the first time. You didn't have to tell me twice that I had the opportunity of going home and I can't come back. So I want to make sure that students who are in my situation, who have the low GPA, your family didn't go to college, so this is all you got. You got one chance. I want them to know you can make it.
It's motivation right there.
If you was to write a book, what would the name of it be?
Oh, my goodness. Well, I can't do that. You know what I was going to say? No, I'm not trying to steal no ideas.
Yeah.
But I was going to say I'm evolving, but that's low-key sounding like Pastor Sarah Jakes. Yeah. But I would say it might have a theme along that line of how I have transitioned. Because really, although I went to Olentangy for high school, and that's nice, but we grew up, my mom and our house was on, what was it, Minnesota? Our house was on Minnesota in North Linden. And so when I'm driving down the neighborhood, I'm thinking like, that's my hood for real. Like, that's my hood. Because I remember growing up in that house, and I remember also struggling in that house. And so I got to take it back and know that God has kept me at 3, 5, 7, 17. Now I'm 34. And I want women to know who are in that dark place that you can evolve, you can grow, stay the course, tap into who you are, tap into what you know is true about you.
Can you talk about like the importance of like having a relationship with God?
Yes. Now y'all feel free to stop me whenever. we about to talk. We about to talk. Let me undo my tight belt.
Because like my family's from the South, so like, I grew up in church. Like, I currently go to New Birth.
Yes, I know New Birth. My relationship with God, again, it's everything. It's everything. And I think it's important that if someone doesn't know who Christ is, it can be as simple as just welcoming him into your heart with a simple, God, I don't know you, but I want to know you. I want things to be better for myself, for my children, for my family. This can't be the life. I won't go to situations or events or things if I don't know it's okay by God. That way I know. And when I say about that, I mean, if I feel in my heart, you know how sometimes you might be hesitant and you're like, I don't know about that. If I feel that, there's been people I won't speak to, things, places I won't go. If I feel it, then I won't go. Yeah.
That woman's intuition. Definitely by God's stamp of approval. Like, nope, you thinking the right way. Don't go. Because I know I'll be the same way. I'd be like, nah. I remember back in the day in college, like I would go, we'd be going to a party or something. I'll pull up and I'll see what, like, nah, I ain't going up in there, y'all. Y'all let me know when y'all get done. I'll pull back up. But nah, I ain't going in there. Like, I know that feeling. Definitely. And then my last question for you, is we spoke a lot about like collaborations and working with different brands and stuff. Is there ever going to be a time where we see you working with the church as far as putting an event together?
Yes. So it's very interesting because I've been toying with this idea because I want Pretty Busy Moms to be welcoming to anybody. But then I understand that if I put the stamp of this is a Christian organization, that might draw some people away. And so this year, I'm all about pushing my brand in front of other organizations. If you want me to be there, I'm willing to be there. I'm not going to be no different from this organization to this one. I think within the church realm, talking about mental health is also important. So there's a balance we have to have between leaning on God, but then also getting help because we need the help in wellness. And so I'm really looking forward. I go to Vineyard Columbus in Westerville. I love it, and so I'm really looking forward to see what I can do within the Christian or church spaces.
Okay. All right. Let the people know where they can find you at as far as social medias go. Let them know what your tags are.
Okay, so you can find me on Instagram _PrettyBusyMoms LLC. I'm also on Facebook, Pretty Busy Moms. You can email me at prettybusymom614@gmail.com.
There it is. You got any closing words for us before we get out of here today?
I just want to thank you guys for this opportunity. Yeah. This was so delightful.
Of course, pleasure's all ours.
Big shout out to my mom. She's repping the gear.
There it is. Right. Hey, she let us know what the logo was looking like before we got it on the screen. Yeah.
This is great. Thank you so much.
Most definitely. Sounds like the experience was good with us today.
Yes, absolutely.
Perfect. That's what we aim for. Well, there it is, y'all. Miss Ashley Alexander. Make sure y'all get acquainted with Pretty Busy Mom. She's got a ton of resources for those moms who are, just going through the walks of life, working, being a mother, holding down your career, being a business owner. She's got you covered with the resources. Make sure you get in touch with her, y'all. One more time, that's Pretty Busy Moms LLC. Make sure you follow them on Instagram as well. Until the next time, Central Ohio Creators, we out.